In football, there are icons, there are legends, and then there's Kenny Dalglish. Known as King Kenny to the Liverpool faithful, Dalglish redefined what it meant to be a player, a leader, and ultimately a legend. His journey took him from the streets of Glasgow to the heights of European football, making an indelible mark as one of the game's all-time greats. This is the story of Kenny Dalglish, the man who became the heart and soul of Liverpool Football Club. Kenneth Mathieson Dalglish was born on March 4th, 1951 in Dalmarnock, Glasgow, at a time when Scotland was grappling with post-war recovery. Glasgow, a city built on industry, was also a city of football. For young Kenny, the local football scene was more than just a pastime. It was a way of life. Growing up in a working-class family, Dalglish found his escape in the sport. His love for the game led him to Celtic Football Club, where he joined the youth system at the age of 15. The late 60s were a golden era for Celtic, under the legendary Jock Stein, and Dalglish was learning from some of the best. He witnessed Celtic become the first British team to win the European Cup in 1967, famously known as the Lisbon Lions. By 1968, Dalglish had broken into Celtic's first team, showing the creativity, vision and goal-scoring ability that would become his hallmark. Scotland, during this period, was a country full of footballing passion. Despite the challenges of industrial decline and social change, football provided a common thread for communities. For Dalglish, it was his path to stardom. Dalglish's time at Celtic was marked by consistent success. Between 1968 and 1977, he helped the club win 4 Scottish League titles, 4 Scottish Cups, and 1 Scottish League Cup. By the early 70s, Dalglish had become Celtic's star player. His ability to score goals, create chances, and his natural football intelligence made him indispensable. The 1970s in Britain were defined by economic hardship. Rising inflation, strikes, and political unrest marked a turbulent decade. Yet for Celtic fans, Dalglish's performances on the pitch were a welcome distraction from the struggles of everyday life. He wasn't just a footballer, he was a beacon of hope in difficult times. In 1971, Celtic reached the European Cup final once again, but were defeated by Feyenoord. Though they fell short of repeating their Lisbon glory, Dalglish's performances in Europe gained him attention beyond Scotland. But as the 1970s progressed, Dalglish began to outgrow Scottish football. The call from English clubs was growing louder, and in 1977, Dalglish made the move that would change his life forever. In 1977, Liverpool, fresh off winning their first European Cup, signed Dalglish for a British record transfer fee of £440,000. The club was looking to replace Kevin Keegan, who had just left for Hamburg, and Dalglish was seen as the perfect fit. Little did anyone know that this transfer would not only change Liverpool, but also establish Dalglish as one of the greatest players to ever play for the club. Liverpool in the late 1970s was a city undergoing economic challenges. The shipping and manufacturing industries that once thrived were in decline and unemployment was rising. But football was still the lifeblood of the city, and Anfield was its beating heart. Dalglish's arrival was like a breath of fresh air for the club and its supporters. In his first season, Dalglish was unstoppable. He scored 31 goals, leading Liverpool to the First Division title and their second European Cup, where Dalglish scored the winning goal in the final against Club Brugge. His ability to glide past defenders, his clinical finishing, and his footballing brain made him a fan favourite instantly. He wasn't just replacing Keegan, he was surpassing him. As the 1980s arrived, Liverpool's dominance showed no signs of slowing down, and Dalglish was at the centre of it all. Under manager Bob Paisley, Liverpool became one of the most successful teams in Europe. Between 1978 and 1986, Dalglish helped the club win 5 league titles, 4 League Cups and 3 European Cups. His partnership with striker Ian Rush became one of the most feared in world football. Dalglish was more than just a goal scorer. He was a playmaker, someone who could turn a game on its head with a single pass or a clever move. His vision and creativity earned him the nickname King Kenny, and for the fans on the Kop, he truly was royalty. Off the pitch, Britain was going through profound changes. The 1980s under Margaret Thatcher were a decade of economic shifts, privatisation, the decline of traditional industries, and the rise of unemployment, particularly in northern cities like Liverpool. The city, deeply affected by these changes, found solace in its football club, and Dalglish became a symbol of hope and pride for the community. In 1983, Dalglish was named the Football Writers Association Footballer of the Year, a testament to his influence both on and off the pitch. By the mid-1980s, Dalglish wasn't just a player, he was a leader, and in 1985, he would take on an even greater responsibility. In 1985, Liverpool experienced one of its darkest moments with the Heysel Stadium disaster, where 39 fans tragically lost their lives before the European Cup final against Juventus. The disaster led to English clubs being banned from European competition for several years, and Liverpool was left to rebuild. That same year, Dalglish was appointed player manager, becoming the first person in Liverpool's history to hold the dual role. In his first season as player manager, Dalglish led Liverpool to a League and FA Cup double, cementing his status as not only a brilliant player, but also a tactical mastermind. But the most challenging moment of Dalglish's career came in 1989 with the Hillsborough disaster. On April 15th, 1989, during an FA Cup semi-final between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest, 97 Liverpool fans lost their lives in a crowd crush. It was the worst disaster in British sporting history. As player-manager, Dalglish played a key role in supporting the grieving families and the city. He attended numerous funerals, offered personal support, and became a central figure in the club's efforts to recover from the tragedy. His leadership during this difficult time showed the depth of his character and solidified his place in the hearts of Liverpool fans. Dalglish retired as a player in 1990, but he continued as Liverpool's manager, leading the team to another league title that same year. His tactical knowledge, man management skills, and deep understanding of the game made him one of the most respected managers in the country. However, the emotional toll of the Hillsborough disaster and the pressures of managing such a high-profile club eventually took their toll. In 1991, Dalglish shocked the football world by resigning as Liverpool manager. He needed a break from the relentless demands of football. Despite stepping away from Anfield, Dalglish's managerial career wasn't over. In 1995, he led Blackburn Rovers to a historic Premier League title, their first in 81 years. His ability to inspire and lead teams to success showed that his talents extended far beyond his playing days. In 2009, Dalglish returned to Liverpool in an ambassadorial role, and in 2011, he once again took charge of the club, this time as interim manager. His second stint as Liverpool manager wasn't as decorated as his first, but his influence on the club remained undeniable. He led the team to a League Cup victory in 2012, adding another trophy to his glittering collection. Off the pitch, Dalglish became known for his charity work, particularly through the Marina Dalglish Appeal, founded by his wife Marina to support cancer treatment. His contributions to both football and society earned him a knighthood in 2018, a recognition of his decades-long impact on the game and beyond. Kenny Dalglish's legacy transcends football. He is remembered as a player of immense talent, a manager of unparalleled success, and a leader in times of tragedy. For Liverpool fans, he will always be King Kenny, the player who gave everything for the club, on and off the pitch. Dalglish's influence can still be felt today, not just in Liverpool, but in the world of football as a whole. He redefined what it meant to be a forward, and his success as a manager paved the way for future generations. Dalglish wasn't just one of the greatest footballers of his time, he was a symbol of resilience, loyalty and leadership. Kenny Dalglish, Liverpool's greatest, a Scottish hero and a footballing legend. Thank you for watching the story of the man who forever changed the landscape of British football. Before you go, make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and let us know your favourite Kenny Dalglish moment in the comments below. Stay tuned for more stories of football's greatest legends.